Thanks again for coming by. If you can only hear my voice, it's because now I'm finally full screen. I don't have any of my cool stuff up that I do in this screen, the live screen. So, basically, I figured I'd do a quick stream today. Sorry, my voice is cracking a little bit. Need some water. Sorry about my voice, guys. I been talking all day. Finally getting to unbox the stuff that I said I was going to unbox like a couple months ago. We're going to get this off screen. Because we don't want anybody reading that. But finally, yes, the time has come. I'm going to do an unboxing stream. It's going to be short. It's probably going to be about 30 minutes. And I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to test it and review it and yada yada yada. So thanks again for coming by. Make sure you drop a follow if you like what you see. Getting over a cold, guys. There's a thing going around in the US. A bug. It's not coronavirus. I promise. I'm okay. No, there's a bug. People have been getting super sick at work, and it seems like I'm catching it. But thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all the follows, all the support, all the donations. Unfortunately, I had to give your donations back if you did donate because I don't have it set up. So I know Twitch had glitched out and allowed some people to donate. Twitch emailed me about it. It was very weird. I thought it was a scam at first, but for some reason it allowed people to donate on my stream, and I don't have donations set up. But that will be coming if we hit our follow goal. And I have to set up my follow goal too. So thanks again for coming by. I appreciate it. Drop a follow. I am close to 75. Probably about 10 or 15 follows away, or subs, depending on the platform you're watching on. I'm about, 15 Twitch followers away from being able to have donations and actually make money off of streaming. Mixer. Let's check Mixer. Mixer, I have... Mixer, I have 40 followers to go. So, let me bring up full screen here so that you guys aren't... yeah, I haven't figured out how to duplicate this. Let's bring it up full screen so that you guys can... This is still in the goddamn shot. Okay. So let's pull up full screen here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. A little bit better. But thank you guys so much for coming by. YouTube, I have no followers yet, so if you're on YouTube watching this unboxing live, drop a follow, drop a sub, whatever they call it. Really doesn't matter to me. I need about 40 new Mixer followers, and I need about 15 new Twitch followers before I could actually monetize streaming. I even got the Eagles Cup. Go Birds. I've been wanting to do this unboxing for a while now, and also to let you guys know, this stream instantly gets uploaded to YouTube, so check out my YouTube channel as well. It's Master Zcon. I have to create a Twitter too. Just work isn't allowing me the time to focus on streaming that I want. So I pretty much just stream when I play video games. I don't really have time to build a channel or a following, but I've been streaming for a couple of years now, so I've gotten follows over those years. just not enough to ever monetize this. So I would like to eventually get to that point. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but this is a just chatting stream, and I can do whatever I want because it's my stream. But we are here doing an unboxing today. You see, I got my little Eagles blanket on my bed because the Eagles are the best team. I even got my Eagles beer koozie. All this stuff can be found on Fanatics, guys. If you're an Eagles fan or whatever fan you are, go check out Fanatics shop. If you're a Chiefs fan, they have tons of new Super Bowl stuff up. But hurry up and get it because you can only get it for like 3 weeks after the Super Bowl, and then it's all sold out. But yeah, I got the NFC champs. They won the Super Bowl that year. But we're doing an unboxing today because I wanted to unbox this for a while. And I slammed my other mouse while playing CS because I was so frustrated that the guy hacked me through a wall. I threw my mouse. It still works. It's this iBuyPower mouse. It's really good. I've been using it for 3 years. It's a decent mouse. It is up there with the competitive pro gaming mouses. But enough about that. Let's move this over to the screen so that I'm looking at you guys rather than looking over here all the time. So let's keep it in front of me. So today I'm going to unbox Razer Death Adder. Do a little bit of a review. Thanks again for coming by, guys. Try to get you guys, give me full screen here. There we go. But yeah, doing an unboxing today. Anyway, I threw this mouse the other day. It still works. It's really good. It's a good mouse. If you want a budget mouse, it is probably $5 to $10, maybe 15 on iBuyPower, or just buy an iBuyPower PC and it comes with it. It comes with a headset. It comes with these Game DOS. Game DOS. The problem with these is that I stretched these out too far one day and I broke them. They cracked right here. So I needed to get a new headset. I got an HP Omen headset. It works a lot better than this. It has a cooling feature. I love it. And this was the unboxing for that. So I'm doing like pretty much like a quick overview of the gear that I have to help stream, to help provide good content. Also, can't go wrong with a good webcam like a Logitech or a good mic like what are those called? Those are called Blue Ice mics. Can't go wrong with that. But your standard headset mic should work. This one had a really good mic. Any Turtle Beach. I have Turtle Beach for an Xbox One controller. That works great well. 2 for PC, but you need a longer adapter. You need a longer cord because it's specifically made for Xbox One. But old headset, it worked great. It lasted 3.5 years, give or take. And then I needed a new one. It broke. It snapped. But it was a good headset overall. The only issue it had was noise canceling. It didn't noise cancel. This little thing right here helps noise canceling too. But I got the new Omen by HP. Basically, my dad got a PC and didn't need a gaming headset, so he gave it to me, which is cool. But I'm going to do the unboxing of the Razer Death Adder. I went ahead already and actually opened it up. This is it. This is the Razer Death Adder. Size comparison. It's slightly bigger than this iBuyPower mouse, which is okay because sometimes you need a place to rest. It's like a gradual decline rather than rapidly declined like this one, which allows you to rest your palm, which is even better because resting your palm flat on the desk sometimes you could get stuck. Unless if you have a gaming mat like I do. I have a gaming mat from iBuyPower. They do a lot of promotional deals. It's a good value. Spent about $1,500 on my rig. Haven't had to upgrade it yet. I bought additional hard drive. Graphics card still top of the line. GTX 1080. The motherboard is still great. I still got about 4 open SATA slots. So I could put in more hard drives. I could put in more accessories, more lights. But I wanted to do this unboxing today because I wanted to give you guys an overview of pretty much what I got for streaming. Uh, Pretty much my setup. I got an iBuyPower mechanical keyboard too. If you don't like mechanical keyboards, you could always use Logitech's. Those are pretty good. But if you want a gaming keyboard, Corsair, um, Razer is also pretty good. Depending on what games you play. But I'm just casual. I do shooters, so I don't really need like extra buttons on the keyboard. I just need WAS and D. For like my MMOs or my MOBAs, I pretty much use a controller for those um, because movement's better. Uh, Other than that, that's what I prefer. I started playing MMOs and MOBAs on controller on console. That's what I'm used to. That's my preference. If you guys don't have that preference, that's fine too. But thanks again for coming by. Unboxing. Let's get this out of the package here. Already, I can tell this is lighter than my iBuyPower mouse. We're about the same weight. I feel like this is a little bit lighter though, which is good. I did a lot of research before asking for a mouse. The regular Death Adder was like 25 bucks. The Death Adder Elite was like 45. It's definitely worth it though because it goes up to 1600 DPI. The iBuyPower mouse only goes up to 1200, and you can't custom set it. You can't custom set the DPI on this. There's a DPI button, however, that changes it by 400 each time, so it's like 400, 800, 1200. So yeah, it is what it is. But I figured I'd open this up today, plug it in. It's time for a new mouse. It's got better grip on the sides than the iBuyPower mouse. The iBuyPower mouse was kind of just like, hey, it's granulated. It's not rubber or anything. It's just textured plastic. The thing I really liked about this iBuyPower mouse, though, is that there's a button on each side, which is very helpful in PUBG for peeking. And it's also helpful for MOBAs if you're playing mouse and keyboard. You can set hotkeys to those. But this one has two buttons on the same side, which I would actually prefer for peeking because I only have to use my thumb. I don't have to like grip my mouse weird and use my ring finger to hit this button. So this is all on one side. Peek left, peek right. I feel like it's going to improve my gameplay in both Counter-Strike in any shooter really, especially with the DPI settings. It's rated for 5 volts, 200 amps or 250 amps, milliamps. So plug it in, and give it a shot. It also has it says it has a 5G laser, 16,000 DPI. 16,000. This is 1600. So if I misspoke earlier, this is 16,000 DPI. It's a factorial of 10. So I'm gonna unbox it. I'm gonna throw it down there and plug it in. Not gonna go under my desk right away. I'm gonna leave it. Already, I got it on the pad. I got my hand on it. It feels way more comfortable because it has grooves. It has these grooves here, where this one is just flat. I liked the flat. I didn't mind it because it was angled. Some mouses don't angle; they're just straight. But this feels way better in my palm than just a regular mouse. But yeah, we'll have to see how it performs when I start playing. When I start playing tonight or tomorrow, whenever I start playing with it, I'll have to let you guys know what I think and how it performs. Man, this lighting is horrible. It makes it look like I don't have an eyebrow, but I do. Eyebrow's there. Eyebrow is there. It's just the way the light's hitting me. That's why I usually keep this screen smaller, because the lighting is fucking off. Um, but thanks again for coming by, guys. Let me unify the chat to see if you guys have any questions or anything. Just feel free to drop some love in the chat. I'm going to display the chat if it'll let me. Nope, still not working. Okay. Hooray. But anyway, thanks again for coming by. Let's continue with this unboxing though. So it's the Razer Death Adder Elite, not the regular Death Adder. The regular Death Adder doesn't go up to 16,000 DPI. Just reading from the back of the box, it's a 5G optical sensor, true 450 IPS, 99.9% resolution accuracy, durable up to 50 million clicks. So it can take a beating if you're spamming clicks. The mouse wheel can take a beating. The buttons, it actually I didn't notice this, but it's got two programmable buttons here. So now you have 4 buttons instead of 6, or now you have 4 buttons instead of 2, like I have on that mouse. And it's very ergonomic. It is the award-winning gaming mouse of the year for ergonomics. And I'd have to agree, this is a very comfortable mouse sitting in my hand right now. It fits very, very comfortably. Which is a good thing for people who have issues with their hands. For example, one of my coworkers needs one of the mouses that you hold like an iron. He needs one of these mouses because he has got carpal tunnel, but I mean, this is very comfortable. Like, some people complain about sore hands after playing hours and hours of PC games. This is comfortable. I don't feel like I would have this issue. I wouldn't need to take a break. So I think it feels good in my hands right now. I got the fight stick in the background on the shelf there. I got my Xboxes and PlayStations in the background there too. I got my Eagles beer on the shelf in the background and my pop figurines. So now you guys get to see my kind of nerd life. I got my kettlebell over here, my red kettlebell. Got some Flyers pucks. Got some hockey pucks with the Flyers stuff on there. Yeah, this is my man cave, and I'm hoping to get a green screen so that we can just block all this stuff out. But the next unboxing I'm going to do, or because we're now about 20 minutes into my rambling. And I'm sorry for rambling, guys. I didn't mean to ramble, but we're doing an unboxing like I had said in all of my streams that I was getting around to doing. Now I finally have the time to do it. So, have another swig of beer. Let's do another unboxing. The other unboxing is the Xbox Elite 2 controller. It's funny. Here's a funny story about the Elite 2 controller. I wanted the Elite 1 when it first came out. I pre-ordered it. Guess what happened? I was one of the 300 million people that pre-ordered it. They never made enough of them. They never made more batches. You were on like a 2-year wait list if you wanted one. So I canceled my pre-order and said, that controller's not all it's cracked up to be, after watching some people unbox it and review it and play with it. And I thought, oh, maybe a SCUF would be better. And then I looked at the price of SCUFs, and the price of SCUFs was way more than the Elite 1. So I just said, screw it. I'm not going to get an Elite controller. I'm not going to get a stuffed controller. I'm just going to keep playing with the standard Xbox One controller. Day one, I bought an extra battery, third-party battery pack by Nico, which is way better than lasts way longer than regular batteries and anything that Xbox can give you. And I bought a third-party power card, which is ultra durable, from Energizer. So, not officially licensed stuff except the controller. But now that I got this Elite 2, we'll see how it goes. And I heard this was highly rated. I watched YouTube videos on it. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Let's get some hype in the chat for the unboxing. Why is this thing like this? Is this another security feature that I can't get the box open because this thing is in the way? Alright. I pulled the tab. USB-C 3 key. So, this box comes with an Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, interchangeable D-pads, 2 of them, interchangeable thumbsticks, 6 of them, 2 sets of paddles, a carrying case, a charging dock station. Oh, I'm going to utilize the shit out of that. A thumbstick adjustment tool, and a USB-C cable. Okay. That's good to know. Because I honestly thought this was just going to be a controller and I would have to go buy the tools separately. So, let's just read what it says on the box and then we can judge. Oh, there's another thing down here that I got to peel off anyway before I can open it. It's a good thing I saw that. Optimized just for you. Adjust the thumbsticks, the tension, the preferred thumbsticks, and the D-pad. Limitless customizations. Reassign buttons on the fly. Switch profiles on the fly with the center button. You have 3 LED lights indicating which profile you're using. So depending on what game you're playing, you can switch up the buttons and the triggers on the back, which is pretty cool, guys. If you want to see that right here, you can switch all of these triggers in the back by pressing the center button, which is way better than SCUF because you don't have programmable features on SCUF. You have to go into the settings if you're on PC and change this configuration there. You can't change it on the fly. That's something good that Microsoft actually listened to people who were reviewing SCUF controllers or regular Elite 1 controllers. So that's what I noticed from watching people's reviews on YouTube of that kind of stuff. Also, I would like to note that the grip on the sides of the controller are just like the grip on the side of this mouse. They are rubber and they are texturized, which is also a good thing. The Elite 1 didn't have very good grips on them, and people got frustrated with them, which is why I'm glad I canceled that pre-order. But now the Elite 2, it seems like they worked out all their bugs with it. So, and there was also some bugs I remember reading with compatibility with the original day one Xbox One console, which you see behind me on this side, this way, over there. So I'm glad I didn't get that. So this controller, I bought it so that when they finally fix MCC for console and PC, I will have something to play competitively. I don't use a controller for Counter-Strike. I don't use a controller for PUBG. I got this for Halo, and I'm kind of blown away looking at this on how good, what quality they put into it. We'll find out. I'm skeptical because it's Microsoft and they like to do weird things, but so far I'm impressed. Ooh. So right off the bat, you can have it in the case and you can have it charging. I don't know how much of a good idea that is, but it looks like it might be a good idea. Because honestly, somebody who's built a PC, works on PCs, and has worked on PCs, when you're charging something, like whether it be an iPhone or whether it be a controller or whether it be an Apple Watch, that stuff cannot be enclosed. And the reason why it can't be enclosed is because it conducts heat. And if it's in something like a case and you're charging it, it's going to conduct heat and it's going to get so hot in the case that it'll warp your board, it'll warp whatever, because all it's doing is conducting electricity and charging and generating heat. So that might be a potential drawback, but it's a good idea. I could see if this case was vented, it being a good idea, but right out of the box, that's just somewhat of an issue, which might not even be an actual huge issue. Okay, it's on a dock already. Okay, so I'll show you guys this. And I don't think it's going to be a good issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue because it's on a dock now. So, I guess it's designed for it to be charged while it's open because this is the case. I don't think you can remove the dock from the case, but I think you're supposed to have it open. It didn't come with any directions. Um, it did. It did come with directions. It's in this box. So, oh, and here's the cable, charging cable too. So, just one of the observations as, electronics repair that I've done. Very little of, which I can do. But, yeah, that was one of my first observations is this charging case, you probably shouldn't have be charging it with it closed. It should be opened. That goes for all electronics. It conducts heat, can burn out your board, can cause other problems, etc., etc. Let's get that Eagles in there. There you go. So yeah, guys, thanks again for coming by. Just sipping beers, doing an unboxing of a new controller and a new mouse. If you're just joining us, this was the mouse I unboxed, the Death Adder Elite. Um, I'll eventually put all this stuff as a link in my stream. Um, or if it doesn't enable links, if it's not link enabled, I will have it listed out on my stream. At the bottom, it'll say my specs, and I will list them in my specs. And then if you guys can feel free to message me, and then I will link it to you on Amazon or wherever I found it. Most likely to Microsoft Store for this controller. And most likely Amazon or Best Buy or Newegg for this mouse. But thank you guys so much for coming by. We're going to take this out now. So right off of the bat, I'm getting a good vibe. You have multicolored steel triggers. You have multicolored, which is the black on slate black. Bumpers up here. They are metal. These triggers down here, programmable, depending on what game you want to play. These programmable triggers are metal. I don't know if they're steel, but they are metal. You have metal joysticks with grip. You have now grip on the sides of the controllers, which before, let's compare it to this. Drop my water bottle, which is full of ice, so it's all good. Compare it to this. This is all smooth. I never had any grip issues with controllers. I do know that people whose hands perspire when they're playing have issues with grip. So this is a good feature. This is a good feature to have. Also, there's a button back here, which I'm not sure. There's two switches back here, which I'm not sure what they do. Yeah, I really have no idea what these two switches do, so I'll have to read the instructions. But if you can see back here, right here, there's a switch on this side, and there's a switch on this side, which I'm not really sure what those do. Let's see if it talks about it on the back of the box. Built for performance, fire faster with hair trigger locks and achieve greater control with the paddles. So I guess one is loosening it and one is tightening it. Fire faster. So I mean, I guess it trigger locks this. Changes how far you can push down on it, maybe? Let's find out. Yep. Changes. It locks the trigger in place. See? Also, it has kind of a like Nintendo like D-pad, which is pretty cool. I thought this is pretty neat. feature. But underneath of it is a regular D-pad, like the regular arrow D-pad. But now it allows you to move your thumb, rest your thumb on it maybe, as you will. Um, these pressure triggers. It's funny, I have to be careful what I set these to because sometimes I'll grip. Just gripping your controller, just squeezing your hand to grip it more, presses down on those. So just be aware that if you have like a Scuff or the Elite series, that you are going to have to adjust these. They come off just like this as I'm pushing up on it like that. And then you could pull them out. But keep in mind that just increasing the grip on your controller, like if you get frustrated or something like that and you tighten your hands and you tighten your wrist, it's going to push those buttons. So that's something to always keep in mind too. Here we have additional D-pad, additional joysticks. It's pretty neat. Let's zoom in here. So if it'll focus on there, please focus. Please focus. And then you have an additional trigger here, which is pretty neat. I'm not exactly sure what that is for. I will have to read the directions and let you guys know. But there's also a charging station here. So you'll be able to rest your controller on the back and it'll charge through here as opposed to through here, which is great because I like that a lot because sometimes with this controller, this is the only way to charge it. And sometimes this little thing gets bent. This little cable here, it'll get bent and then it'll stop working, not charge. Where, as you could plug this in straight into a docking station and just rest the controller on top of the docking station, this thing isn't going to bend when you pick up and because it's going to be fixed into the docking station. So that's another plus that I find useful with this Elite Series 2. They didn't give a charging station with the Elite Series 1. But with the Elite Series 2, it seems like they've nailed that out. There's no battery pack, guys. Guess what? That means that this is a lithium-ion battery in here. And that means good news. It's going to charge, and it's going to stay charged, and you're not going to have to replace batteries. You're going to just have to charge it. And then whenever the battery runs out, you're going to need a new controller. I don't 100% agree with that, but lithium-ion batteries have a very long shelf life, especially if you are Teslas use them, so they got to have a long life, right? You're not going to go to a Tesla dealership 2 years after dropping 100K on a Tesla and be like, oh, my battery's dead, now my car won't go anywhere. So that's a positive. So you can either charge it from here or the docking station, and I'd prefer the docking station. Just make sure that you're not drinking anything around this controller so it doesn't get in the grooves or in the paddles or the triggers, the new triggers. This is very smooth. This is like, these are metal. These joysticks are metal. These bumpers are metal. I don't know what kind of metal, but they are metal. Very high quality controller. Definitely worth the price. I really had wished though that they color coded it again. X, Y, Z, A, and B. But then again, Xbox has gone away from colors. Everybody knows it is the A button, the B button, X and Y. They don't go blue, press the blue button, press red. The heads-up displays don't do it anymore in certain games. So they've kind of gone away from that. So I guess this is okay. But I would have really liked the nostalgia kick of having them color coded. But which is fine. If you get a scuff, you can have them color coded whatever way you want. You can have them all the same color exactly. But I'd recommend the Elite 2. I used it in the store and I liked it. As compared to one of my buddy's scuff controllers. Um, why does this keep focusing? Weird. Anyway, sorry about the focus issue. I don't know what it is. It's usually focused correctly. It might be the lighting that's throwing it off. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming by. I'm going to. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This is magnetic. This magnetizes inside the case. That is so cool. That's another cool feature of this unboxing. All of these magnetize into the case. The case is magnetic. Interesting. So all these thumbstick add-ons can change out. They snap in and they lock in place. You put it on and you turn it. This is the thumbstick tool, I'm assuming. That's what this is. This is a thumbstick tool. It didn't come with extra triggers, which I thought it would. Triggers with a grip on it. Let me read the directions here. But so far, overall, I'm blown away by this controller. Hands down, I didn't think it was going to come with a carrying case. I didn't think it was going to come with a carrying case with a charging port. Though I wouldn't recommend charging it in the closed case, by the way. But still, that's a pretty cool idea. If they could figure out a way to have this vent and be protective, that would be a huge plus. But, I mean, they're figuring it out as they go. Just like they'll get user feedback. And I'm sure they'll make an Elite 3, which is going to blow me away even more than the Elite 2 has already. So it looks like the metal is scratch and stain resistant. As it's coated, it seems like with Rust-Oleum. Whatever that spray paint, Rust-Oleum, that you can buy for cars and do undercarriages with. That's what it seems like. It's got grips on the triggers. If you guys can't see it, it's textured, and the bumpers is textured. It's not going to focus in on it for some reason, but it is textured. Same with the D-pad, is textured. All of the buttons are textured or coated with a grip like substance. This is not your standard D-pad or button plastic. This is like what do I say? A softer plastic, more of a polyurethane rather than a hard plastic, so that you can grip. So your finger isn't sliding off the button. Same with these. It's like a Rust-Oleum metal. But so far, it looks like it's pretty good. Preset button, you can have up to 3 presets for what you want these triggers to do in the back. The thumbstick lock. You can have a short trigger pull or an ultra long trigger pull. That's a great feature. I don't think the Elite 1 had that. Trigger lock is definitely a good thing, especially if you want to use it as, for example, if you want to play Halo and just want to pistol people and BR people and you don't want to full down auto people. If you're playing Call of Duty and you have burst fire on, all you gotta do is press the trigger, and it'll register. But yeah, it's moving the registration too, from a full trigger pull to a quick trigger pull. It's useful for multiple games, especially if you gotta button mash these triggers for like a fighter. I don't know why people use controllers for a fighter, but they do. Just go watch the Mortal Kombat 11 tournaments or the Street Fighter tournaments that they have. Street Fighter 5 tournaments. People use these types of controllers for those. I know why they use them. I just don't understand the logic behind it because you could totally combo better off of a fight stick, in my opinion. In my opinion, and most of the people who play fighters as a pro, they would agree and prefer a fight stick. But as you can see, it's a well-designed controller. It seems like it's heavy duty. Um, I'm gonna let you guys know what I think when I start playing Call of Duty with it. Um, Unfortunately, I can't stream Call of Duty because it's still unoptimized for streaming. So it just for some reason it just takes up all the game itself takes up my entire GPU load. It loads it up to 85%, which is ridiculous. No game should ever load your GPU 85%. Um, I stream in game from the same rig. That's always going to be happen. I'm never going to put out $400-600 for a streaming rig. It's just not me. It's not practical. If you're going to build a desktop or if you're going to build a PC, you might as well have it do all in one. You better have a good processor. You better have a good graphics card to even attempt it. Don't even attempt it with anything less than a 1080, which is what I have, um, or a Ryzen 7 for AMD. Don't even attempt streaming and gaming on the same piece platform unless if you have those minimum graphics cards that I just mentioned, the GTX 1080 or the maybe you could get away with it with a 1070. I don't know. Um, my buddy had a 1070 and I think he was able to stream in game, but he was after a while it kind of just like some games would work, some wouldn't. So yeah, I mean if you're gonna invest money, this is an unboxing video. So I unboxed this mouse, the Death Adder Elite. This is the new mouse. The Death Adder Elite goes 16,000 DPI, and it's got an ergonomic design. It won the award for the 2018-2019 Ergonomics Mouse of the Year award. Um, I know you don't like the new Death Adders, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I read so many good reviews on it that I'm willing to give it. It's way better than the mouse that I have now, the iBuyPower mouse. But I'm willing to give this a try. The reviews, um, you use your Death Adder from 2010. Yeah, I mean that was also a really good mouse too. Um, but gotta try something new sometimes. And I also got the new controller, the Elite 2 from Xbox, which also has good reviews. So I think that I agree with the reviews on this. Actually, I'll have to play with it and let you guys know more about it as I play with it. I'm thinking about using it for Call of Duty and Halo, but yeah, I mean I got to read the directions on this thing because it definitely has features that I wasn't aware of, and how to program it, and how to set the presets. It's got 4 different presets. Um, I thought it was also supposed to come with additional triggers, but it didn't. But the carrying case is nice, and the docking station inside the carrying case is a good idea. But I might switch out to this D-pad. I might change the D-pad. I don't know how I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna try it though, because there are games that require you to use the wheel on a D-pad. Um, PUBG, you can your meds will hook up to the wheel. Um, any game that has a wheel selection, instead of holding a trigger and then using your thumbstick to select it, you can set it to the D-pad. So it's a good feature. Um, what up, Howie? The Duck Man. So unboxing it. I'm gonna read the directions. I'll let you guys know. And it came with a year of Game Pass. Unlimited or Ultimate. So that's what you also get with your price. You get a year of Xbox Game Pass Unlimited, uh, which you can use for your PC or Xbox console because now Game Pass is on PC. Um, but yeah, I'll have to let you guys know in another video um, what I think. And this is really cool. This is a magnet. All these are magnetized in here, which is really cool. So like I can hold it like this, and it won't go anywhere. Um, but the one thing I don't recommend is keeping this case closed and then charging it because there's a charging port. You want to leave it open if you're charging it in the case, or just take the charging station out, put it on your desktop. But that's my review in a nutshell, really quick. Um, I was only intending it to go to 30 minutes, but we went 45 minutes. But I'm going to plug this bad boy in, this Death Adder, and see how much I like it. I'm going to charge this Elite 2 controller and then link it to my PC through Bluetooth, by the way. This is Bluetooth. So if you have Bluetooth in your computer, it'll pick it up rather than just over regular broadcast frequency of the Xbox over there. This is also Bluetooth enabled. Oh, this is a good cable. See, why didn't they just make this default? So it's okay. So it's a braided cable, just like the one I have down here, which is really good. This one in my hand is from Energizer. This one, it looks like they definitely upped their game. It looks like it might be a 10-foot cable, which is good because they stock controllers always had a 5-foot cable, and you're just like, how the hell am I going to be 5 feet away from my 70-inch TV in my living room, or I need a 10-foot cable if I want to sit on my couch and game. Looks like they came through with the 10-foot cable. So it doesn't give you an itemized list on the back when you order this thing, but it's good. The trigger lock is a great feature. And it even has a low battery indicator light. It'll stay green, it'll flash when it's charging, and it'll turn yellow and red when it needs to charge. But yeah, see, the instructions are pretty basic. Pretty basic instructions. It'll link to an Xbox One. It'll link to a PC without using a charging port. You'll just have to go into your settings and your Bluetooth settings on your PC to get it to pair, which is a good feature. If you want to remove your triggers, you can. There's a switch and a lock. You can pull this D-pad out. You can pull these triggers out. And then there's a tool. It's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I think it's the best controller too. From what I've read online, I feel like this is the best controller. And they really did a good job with this after flopping on the Elite One. In my opinion, the Elite One was a flop, just like a failed launch, just like exactly as it was 10 years ago, which is reference to MCC. Because that had also flopped and came out right around the same time as the Elite One came out. But I'm going to charge this bad boy up, and I'm going to try it out on Call of Duty and Halo Master Chief Collection on PC, and let you guys know what I think. But thanks again for coming by for this short video. It's shorter than my regular streams. And I will need to install the Razer Synapsys for my mouse, which I'm going to do now as well as soon as I plug it in. And I will let you guys know while I'm streaming games what I think of these new additions to my gaming collection. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I'm going to restart the stream in probably about 30 minutes. This is actually the most well-built controller that I've seen in a long time. But I'm going to hook all this stuff up to my PC now, and then I'll turn back on the stream. Come back in about probably 15 or 20 minutes. We'll get some gameplay with it, and I'll let you guys know how I really feel. But thanks again for coming by the unboxing. This video, once I stop it, is going to instantly upload to YouTube, so you guys can come by my YouTube channel and check out the entire video if you weren't here from the beginning. But the reviews on this mouse are really good. The reviews on this controller are really good, and I'm thinking that I'm going to be happy. Once again, go Eagles. Go Eagles. I got a beer. I'm hanging out, chilling for the night. Come by the stream. We'll get some games in with the boys. A couple of the boys in the chat, Sep7, Howie the Duck. We'll get some games going in. And if you guys want any advice about building a PC and getting into streaming, just let me know. Drop me a message on Twitch, Mixer, or YouTube. I'm streaming on all three. I'll tell you guys how to do that as well if you guys need help with that. And I'm also streaming on Mob Crush TV, which is an app for smart TVs, and a channel on smart TVs, Pluto TV, Roku TV. So if you guys like what you see, drop a follow, drop a sub, drop whatever it is, or whatever platform you're watching this on. Thanks again for coming by. I'm going to set up my new stuff, and then we're going to start the streams back up in about 15 to 20 minutes. Short little quick video on the unboxing, but thanks for coming by, guys. I'm Master Zcon, and we're going to end it. Don't forget to enable notifications for when I go live.